Let you all open all your three eyes.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Nithyananda, Jnana Paddhati Manual, under the guidance of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadusham Tattvamasyaadilakshya Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions. Please be aware of the important cautions. What is spa manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself explaining what is spa manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness, when they happen in you due to your chemicals and hormones ups and downs, it is powerlessness. When it happens in you out of your free will and consciousness, it is powerfulness. That's all. When you fall into sleep, it is powerlessness. When you enter into sleep, it is powerfulness. When you fall into dream, it is powerlessness. When you decide to dream, it is powerfulness. So I have added the ultimate powerfulness, Turiyatita, in your whole being and doing. Manifest all the powers. Understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It is not work. It is cognitive shift. Understand? It is just cognitive shift. It's not work. Work is a 4-letter word. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, playing with life, playing with being alive. Static matter, dynamic activity, strategic existence, all these three has no boundary. You are one with it. You are alive in everything. Everything listens to you. Everything decides as you want. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, raising your frequency, not work.
Now let's understand who is Paramashiva. Bhagavan himself has beautifully explained the Paramashiva in all of us.
Paramashiva does manifestation, maintenance, rejuvenation, pulling out of delusion and liberation. He resides in his supreme Paramashiva Swarupa as Ajomuha or Adhomuha, unborn, beyond form, formlessness. His Paramashiva Swarupa. That Paramashiva Swarupa manifests with these 5 faces as Sadashiva, Tatpurusha, Vamadeva, Ahora, Satyojata, Ishana. 5 faces he manifests and does the Panchakritya, Srishti, manifestation, Sthiti, sustenance, Samhara, rejuvenation, Trobhava, pulling out of delusion, Anugraha, liberation. Understand? He does all these 5 jobs. Through these 5 phases. Now listen carefully. Tatpurusham, Vamadevam, Satyojatam, Ahoram, Ishanam. These 5 phases does Panchakrityas. Each phase, each dimension is not just one F-A-C-E phase, P-H-A-S-E phase. It's not just F-A-C-E, P-H-A-S-E. Understand? The creation. Not just creation getting created. Even sustenance need to be created. Destruction need to be created. And pulling out of delusion need to be created. Liberation need to be created. Then creation, manifestation need to be maintained. Maintenance, sthiti itself need to be maintained. Destruction, samhara, the rejuvenation need to be sustained, maintained when it is happening. Pulling out of delusion, trobhava, need to be maintained when it is happening. And anugraha, liberation, need to be maintained when it is happening. Those micromilliseconds when it is happening. So understand, Satyojata Murti as 5 phase, Ishana Murti as 5 phase, Vamadeva Murti as 5 phase, Agora Murti has 5 phase, Tatpurusha Murti has 5 phase. So, Tatpurusha Murti has his 5 phase. Agora Murti has his 5 phase. Vamadeva Murti has his 5 face. Satyojata Murti has his 5 face. Ishana Murti has his 5 face. All these 5 Murtis, 5 faces put together is 25 faces of Mahasadashiva.
Bhagavan beautifully explained Paramashiva. Now, who is His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is a reviver of Kailasha, the ancient enlightenment civilization, the great cosmic borderless nation. Is an avatar from and is a supreme pontiff of Hinduism. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, has made science of our manifestation, yoga, temple-based university for humanity, Sovijian order of Kailasha led by His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, and Nithyananda order of monks, nuns, Hindu diasporas are working for global peace to give superconscious breakthrough to humanity. Nithyananda Hindu University, world's largest with extended campus in 150 countries, is collecting, organizing, preserving, time-capsuling, decoding, spreading and reviving 20 million source books of Hinduism and 64 sacred arts, science like Ayurveda, music, dance, sculpting, astrology, Vastu, and many more. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Shamala Pita Sarvanya Pita, ancient apex body of Hinduism and present emperor of Surya Vamsa Surangi Swamrajyam. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, has survived the worst persecution of multiple assassination attempts on person and character by anti-Hindu elements. Beautifully, Bhagavan now explains who is His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Everything is infinitely powerful. You realize your potentiality. You establish yourself in the completion, space of completion. You are God, that's all. All of us are gods. The first experience is that I was able to see everything around me, above me, the whole 360 degree. I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel, experience the skin of the stone on rock on which I was sitting and the skin of this body. Both carry me equally. In both I exist equally. Sangha is a place where the tattvas are taught to you, and till it becomes satya, you are supported. Akhadas are basically founded by Sadashiva himself. All is ganas, Shiva ganas. Exactly the word gana means. In your length, breadth, depth, if you are filled by Shiva, you are Shiva gana. All the Shiva ganas formed the first Akhada. Later on, much later, Kapila Muni organizes Mahanirvani Akhada. Then all other Akhadas. Mahamandaleshwar of Mahanirvani Akhada, the oldest apex body of Hinduism, I welcome every one of you. What I am teaching is from original Agamas Yogapada, the science very clearly declares, Sadashiva is very clear, manifestation of these powers happen when you experience oneness with Sadashiva. When you choose your guru, the best thing is find a person who is enlightened, experienced, who can play with energy, who can directly transmit experience to you, and who is in tune with the original Shastras, the source of the knowledge. All the revealed scriptures available about the yoga directly by Sadashiva for you to do research, study, practice, question the people who teach.
The science of power manifestation is a gift to the humanity which is authentic, time-tested, scientific and foolproof. Diksha, or the initiation from His Divine Holiness Nithyananda Paramashivam, makes the science directly an experience for the initiates. The experience is directly authenticated by the Pramanas. The Shastra Pramanas, the eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, the Veda and Agamas. The Apta Pramanas, the experience of the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nayanamars, Alvars and Siddhars, who are the authority of Hinduism, who have scientists who time-tested and verified the science of power manifestation. The Atma Pramanas are the avatar who land on the planet Earth to give a superconscious breakthrough to humanity. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar, personal experience of power manifestation. Shakti Pramanas, or the experience of the millions of disciples, devotees and followers initiated into the science of power manifestation by Bhagavan himself. Pratyaksha Pramanas, or the scientific studies which can be measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state. Nithyananda Jnana Paddhati for the power manifestation of levitation. Let's go to powerful cognition from Bhagavad Gita Decoded to Bhagavan Satsang.
He says, a person who is established will always radiate. The person who radiates will always be established. As I was telling you, it is a virtuous circle. It is a virtuous circle. Radha, she starts saying, oh, Gopikas, I don't know what happened. I am seeing Krishna in everybody. I feel everybody is Krishna. I don't know what is happening to me. Then one Gopika says, you have the bhakti as anjana in your eyes. It's like if you wear the black cooling glass, you will see the whole thing as dark. If you wear a green cooling glass, you will see the whole thing with a green shade. Same way, when you have the bhakti anjana in your eyes, if you have the bhakti in your eyes, whomsoever you see as a Krishna, you see as divine. Here, Krishna says, the person who is established in that super consciousness and the person who radiates devotion, both are one and the same. There is no two different group. Maye vamana adasva maye buddhim niveshaya nivasishyasi mayeva adabhurtvam na samsayaha. Just fix your mind upon me, the Supreme Personality of Divine, and engage all your intelligence in me. Thus you will live in me always without a doubt. Na samsayaha. Now he comes to the technique. At some one point, the virtuous circle has to be started. The beginning has to happen at some point. First he explains about the virtuous circle, then now he comes to the technique. Please understand, love is not a mood. It is your very existence. As long as it is your mood, it will come and go. There are two kinds of love: horizontal love and vertical love. Let me explain the horizontal love and vertical love. Horizontal love is just like a horizontal line, flat. It is related to time. It will start and end. Please be very clear. Anything which starts has to end. If it takes little more time to end, don't think it is permanent. Don't think it is permanent. Anything which starts has to end. It may take few years or few months, that's all. But it ends. This is horizontal love. Horizontal love is related to time. Vertical love is related to consciousness. It neither starts nor ends. It doesn't discriminate. It is your very quality. If you discriminate and love, please be very clear, it cannot be called as love, it is just infatuation. As long as the other person fits in your frame, all your love will go. The moment the other person doesn't fit in your frame, your love will disappear. In our meditation camp, the first session, the first practice which I make people do is, tell me honestly, or make a list, honestly, how many of you really love at least one or two persons in your life? And usually in the beginning people will come up with a big list. Husband, wife, father, mother, brother, sister, one by one, one by one, one by one. When I start talking, people will cross. No, then it is not love. No, then it is not love. But people always come and get stuck when it comes to the son or daughter. When I say all your love is for some reason, three reasons: either economical benefit or psychological support, that you have somebody as your family or as your community, as your group. At the time of risk, they may support you. When it is needed, they may be behind you. Psychological support. Third thing, good certificate. Sometimes we do share love, we do show love, we may not have any economical benefit or the psychological support, but expecting a good certificate. Good certificate. Attention. Some need will be there. People ask, tell me, Swamiji, no, I don't love my son or daughter with any of these three things. I ask them, all right, if suddenly your son starts doing things on his own, he starts deciding on his own, if it doesn't fit with your frame, if it doesn't follow your words, if it doesn't live according to you, will that love be saved? Inquire honestly. Naturally people start saying, no, it will not be. It will come down. Means what? We love our next generation as long as they are extension of our life. We fulfill our desires through them. We fulfill our life through them. Whatever we can't, we try to fulfill through them. as long as they act, they live as an extension of your life. Relationship is really beautiful. But the moment they start deciding on their own, the moment they feel that you are suffocating them, and they stand up and say no, whole thing takes a different turn. But for kids, they feel they are man or women only when they say no to parents. It's a basic instinct. Only when you say no, you feel you are individual. They don't bother what you say. All they know is flat one word, no. Flat one word, no. They do not know anything else. They feel strong when they say no. That is why all over the world, the youngsters, they always rebel. Whether it is developed countries or Eastern countries, all countries, all over the world, in all culture, youth, the youngsters always say no. Because when they say no, they feel that they are very strong. No gives certain kind of strength. Certain kind of strength. But your love is dependent only on yes. As long as you receive yes, your love also yes. When you get a no, you start saying the same no. It is horizontal love. That is the reason it ends with some reason. Vertical love never ends because it never starts. Suddenly at some point you realize, just like this body, how you live inside this body, same way you are living inside every body. Inside every body. There is a beautiful example given in Upanishad. A master asks a disciple, do you enjoy all your five senses? Disciple says, yes. Suppose if one sense is missing, will you have the same amount of joy? He says, no, 20% less. If two senses are missing, 40% less. If suddenly you have five more senses, he says naturally 100% extra. He says if you are given one more body, naturally I will enjoy twice. Or if you are given five bodies, naturally I will enjoy 5 times more. If you experience, you are living in all the bodies, what will be the joy or ecstasy? Immeasurable, eternal, and ultimate. That is the same thing which enlightened people experience. They experience the same thing. When they experience they are filled in the whole universe, or they are in every body, they experience the tremendous ecstasy, the tremendous pleasure or bliss. That is why they don't need anything from the outer world. They don't need anything from outer world. One elderly person, he came to our program. After that, he came near me and asked me, with a lot of sympathy he expressed, in such a young age you have become a Swami. With a lot of sympathy that I miss life. With a lot of compassion, he was expressing his compassion with a feeling that I missed. I told him, don't be sympathetic towards me. Actually, I should be sympathetic towards you. Even after 60 years, you are not able to liberate yourself. Even after 60 years, you are suffering in the samsara. Don't be sympathetic towards me. I should be sympathetic towards you. When you experience the ecstasy and bliss inside you, you don't feel you are missing anything from the outside. You don't feel you need something. real renunciation is not you renouncing the world renouncing you. When you have that joy and ecstasy, bliss in you, automatically you will radiate that within you and you will never feel you are missing something.
Bhagavan beautifully explains how the universal love, how Bhagavan, the consciousness resides in everything, and if you can experience in everything, that is the vertical love, and that is the most powerful space to be. Horizontal love, anything with the frame that is what is perceived, and the frame is gone, then the whole love is dropped. With this powerful cognition, let's go to the Shastra Pramana.
The Shastra Pramana for the power of levitation is taken from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 82, Dharana 57. Asane shayane stitva niradharam vibhavayan swadeham manaksikshine Shanadakshinasayo bhavet Asane shayane sthitva Niradharam vibhavayan Swadeham manasikshine Shanadakshinasayo bhavet.
Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 82, Dharana 57. Bhagavan Paramashiva says, being situated on the comfortable seat or on the bed, firmly cognize that your own body is without any support or base from anywhere. It is the resting on nothing. By holding this cognition, when the mind becomes worn away and thoughtlessness arise, then in an instant one becomes weightless and experience the space beyond the mind, the space of Paramashiva. Bhagavan beautifully says how the Gopikas were able to see Krishna in everything. What is the inside is what the eyes will show us. If inside we are looking for some food item, then Bhagavan says McDonald's will be the only thing which is the eyes is perceiving. If inside you are only viewing as the Paramashiva space in you, then you will be only looking at Paramashiva space in everybody. It's selective perception, but selective in the most higher order. It's like you have so many things on the table and you have the gold, diamond, you have rocks. A person who's archaeology, he'll be more interested in rocks. A jewelry person more interested in the precious gems. A thief more interested in which is valuable. So who looks at what is depending on the personality, the context they are living. Bhagavan beautifully says, Ramana Maharshi saw only as Arunachala, Shiva himself coming and going around the hill. So whoever they come, he invites and wants to take a darshan of them. While even they wanted to take a darshan of Ramana Maharshi, but he says, I took the darshan of them. Such a beautiful space that all the masters live in that space and they look only that component in you. They can only hold that possibility component in you. They do not hold the incompletion component of you, which is redundant, irrelevant. So they look at only you as a possibility, a space of Paramashiva manifesting as reality. Bhagavan beautifully says, if you wear a red glass, everything will be seen in red. If you wear a green glass with a green frame, everything will be green. If you wear a black glass, then everything is dark. So here he says, if you look from the eye of Paramashiva, deep love within, then that is what you will see in each and every person. Each and every person who's radiating that component, and that will be visualized by you, because that is what you are soaked in. If you're soaked in anger, you will meet people who are shouting. If you are soaked in incompletion of cunningness, jealousy, then those are the things you would see in the other person. If you are soaked in Paramashanta Swarupa, then that is what people will recognize in you when they speak to you, and you will also be only looking at that component of them and tuning the whole space into the beautiful oneness happening, because they are nothing but a reflection of you, and all the reflection of your thoughts created as the person, people, object, things, action, everything. If everything is soaked from the context of you are Paramashiva, then everything would be auspicious. If you take a milk and drink it, it will be auspicious because you will be offering as a Naivedyam to Paramashiva. If you take a bath, it will be auspicious because you will be giving a Abhishekam to Paramashiva. If you walk, it will be a celebration because it will be the Utsavs. Everything will be translated into the ultimate reality when you are in the context that you are Paramashiva, then you are living God, then everybody will start seeing you as God. What a powerful cognition that Bhagavan has given. The divinity in you is awakened and stabilized, then the divinity will be seen as the ultimate reality by others. They will only witness you as a divine person, as an ultimate Paramashiva who resides in Paramashiva. Like Gopikas, everybody only think Gopikas as Krishna. There's no other second word comes. They don't say, okay, Gopikas are residing in Ganesha or Subramanya. They simply say Krishna because they're so filled with Krishna. People do not remember anything else when they speak about Gopikas. When they speak about Sudama, same thing. They only remember Krishna. When they talk about Jnana Sambandhar or Appar or Manikavasakar, they think of Shiva because they are filled with that. Pusala Nayanar was filled with Hridayeshwar. So when he wanted to make a temple, it just happened because he was so soaked in it and so full in it that when he built a temple, it really became reality. To the extent what inner space could be outer space, the example is the Pusala Nayanar, where the temple that he built for Shiva inside, Shiva came and pulled it out from his depth and made it a real temple. Bhagavan beautifully says, even the walls of the temple, there's no chisel mark. It's very smooth and it's kind of a different world. It is what it is made of. Such possibilities exist when you are soaked in the divine. And being soaked in the divine, you're not going to miss out anything. Only thing, others are going to view you from that context. The context of you changes, context of others changes. With this powerful cognition, let's move to the up. The Apta Pramana are the authorities of Hinduism who manifested all these powers and time-tested scientific proof for their power manifestation. Here we have from Autobiography of Yogi, chapter 7, the levitating saint. Mahasya was an extraordinary expert in Hatha Yoga. He is known as the levitating saint. When he practices Bastrika Pranayama, the type of pranayama where breathing is done with power and pace, there would be a feeling of a storm in the room. When he practices some yoga, kriya, he himself would go up and stay in the air. Amazing possibility how yoga he uses for manifesting the power. Atma Pramanas are the Leelas of Bhagavan, the accounts from his Swamiji's life who time tested and verified the signs of our manifestation.
Strong nuclear force, positive explosion from Sri Kailasa directly on this universe. My life is not made of just few incidents. Listen, how will you write the history of a powerful, strong nuclear forces explosion? Not negatively, positive explosion. This whole universe, what you know, planet Earth, Sun, Moon, everything, is the outcome of that strong nuclear force explosion. Big Bang. How will you write the history of Big Bang? Only based on the impact it left. The history of the Big Bang, story of the Big Bang can be penned down. Same way, the huge positive impact I am making and continue to make, the totality of all that put together only, my life can be described. Understand, I am a strong nuclear force explosion from Sri Kailasa directly. I am neither pride about it, nor humble about it. I am neither going to hide it, nor going to spell it, decorate it with words. I can neither overspell, decorate, and nor interested in hiding. I am straight, unhideable, huge, positive, strong nuclear force explosion on this universe. I am here to make you all experience, make us all radiate Paramashiva.
Shakshi Pramanas are the millions of disciple devotees initiated by Bhagavan into the manifesting of powers. Now you can see how the body is lifting off from the ground in Padmasana and Samana Mudra.
Meditation. Please understand, I am teaching you enlightenment. As a byproduct, these four can happen. Anima, Lahima, Mahima, Karima. All four can happen. So be open to it. Be with it. Let's see what happens. You will suddenly see there is every possibility, not only levitating, the stability can become at least few seconds. Maybe 10 seconds or 20 seconds, your body will be able to stay.
Within moments of the initiation, dozens of participants were leaping effortlessly into levitation, while many others experienced states of expanded consciousness. Today's process was one of over 200 techniques revealed to Nithyananda during his 53 days of illegal imprisonment. Levitation happens as a result of the energy alchemy between master and disciple.
See, I am
Prataksha Pramana, scientific studies, what can be measured, measuring the effect of being in enlightenment state. The science of levitation. Fundamentally, levitation on Earth requires an outward force that counters the massive gravitational force of the Earth. In physics, levitation of objects has been performed using magnetic forces, electrostatic forces, gas, etc. One of the known techniques uses materials called diamagnetic materials, which induces a magnetic field in a direction opposite to an externally applied magnetic field. This is an aspect of quantum mechanics whose effect occurs in all materials. The concept of diamagnetics has also been applied to small, water-containing biological systems like mice, which have been levitated at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory. Michio Kushi, born in 1926 in Japan, introduced macrobiotic diet to the West, was seen levitating in front of a group during one of his presentations by a participant, Keith Vernam. Keith Vernam reported what Mushi Kushi had to say about levitating. Levitation is very easy. It is a natural, simple process. You all can do it. The technique is to simple one's mind and clear consciousness. One must eliminate ego and self-absorption and the awareness of the small self. When the awareness of the personality is gone, along with the self-concern and limited beliefs, one can move with the natural laws of the universe. One can utilize the electromagnetic wave energy that moves between the earth and the sun, moon, planets, and all the heavenly bodies in the universe. Source taken from Avatar Shastra, Chapter 10, Science of Miracles, page 194. The Science of Levitation. His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam shares, levitation, Kundalini awakening, everything happens just through this great truth of entanglement, nothing else. When this entanglement happens, I just give my inner space to you, which is lighter than the outer space. See, there are three kinds of spaces. 1. Katakasha, your inner space. 2. Chitakasha, the space in which your body is sitting. And 3. Parakasha, the cosmic space. If your inner space is heavier than your outer space, you will be glued to the ground. All I do is I make your inner space lighter than the outer space by removing the mass. For those few seconds, you are in entanglement with my inner space, which is purest consciousness. The Katakasha compromises the entire human body, which in turn is made up of 50 trillion cells containing mostly water. 70% of the body is water. At a molecular level, all structures of the human body are composed of atoms and subatomic particles. At atomic and subatomic levels, all atoms are 99% space and 1% mass. However, the space is not empty, but contains energy in the form of strong interactions and electroweak forces. These vast, apparently empty, but energy-containing spaces constitute the Chitakasha, infusion of Kundalini energy into the apparently empty space within the atom. Chitakasha changes the electron orbital into a higher orbital, increasing the empty space of each atom. This creates a larger volume for the same mass, allowing the body to become relatively lighter than before, like the expansion of a helium-filled balloon. The more helium, the lighter, and it flies away. The Chitakasha is ultimately the same as Parakasha. The only dividing line between the form and formlessness is the Katakasha, the body boundary. Source taken from Avatar Shastra, Chapter 10, Science of Miracles, page 202.
Levitating and staying up in the air for 10 seconds and placing a stick under you. Get the stick, get the camera to timestamp Nyananjan, and if you can sit in Padmasana like this with where Swamiji is showing, and the Samana Mudra, the right thumb should be up. Let's go to the camera. Please download the timestamp app and click on the video. Ensure the time is shown very clearly on the screen. Make sure the camera is facing you and very clear place. There is nothing around you. And please make sure the moments are captured on the camera. It's a very precious thing. Let's go to the guidelines. Turn on the video camera, apply the Jnananjan on your third eye, bring your awareness to your third eye. Have a cushion or a place with nothing close by so that it's safe. If you have any medical condition, do not do that. Sit in Padmasana with the hands clasped in Samana Mudra and start levitating through your third eye. And when your fully body is off the ground, you can place the stick under you and balance in air, completely in air for 10 seconds. 2 centimeters higher than the ground at least, and 10 seconds in air, you're manifesting the powers. If your body can stay there, extremely good, you're manifesting the powers. If you feel the heat on pulsating or feeling the very light on heavy, yes, you have started manifesting the powers. Start celebrating that you're manifesting powers by sharing with everybody. You will start manifesting more powers from your depth dimension. Verify the videos and share the videos with powerful cognition with others and listen to others' experience of manifesting these powers. Power manifestation instructions. Let's sit straight, the head, neck, and back in a straight line so that beautifully the Kundalini energy raises to the Agnya where the manifestation happens. Usually our awareness is on Muladhara, Swadhisthana and Manipuraha, where navel center, your below navel center. Here, bringing the awareness to your third eye and sitting straight will give us amazing possibility of power manifestation. Now let's understand few words that Bhagavan is repeatedly using. Shakti Pada, oneness, be unclutched, initiation. So here first we will see in Bhagavan's words what is Shakti Pada.
Let me give an introduction about what is Shaktipada process. Please understand. You would have seen or heard about how the chicken sits on the egg and hatches. Of course, in the modern countries, this does not happen. Machine sits on the egg and our egg sits on the machine. In those days, originally when hens and chicken were getting produced on the planet Earth, the hen used to sit on the chicken and hen used to sit on the egg and the chicken will come out of the egg. See, same way, Sadashiva sitting means the ultimate cosmic energy sitting on the individual soul and making the individual soul into cosmic energy is Shaktipada. Hen sitting on the egg and making the chicken happen, same way. You may think, how come, what is going on here? That hen is only sitting just by the body heat of the hen, the egg is becoming chicken. Because no surgery is done and nothing goes inside. It's only sitting. Same way, it is just sitting. It's only the presence, the Shaktipada, makes the individual soul into cosmic soul.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained Shaktipada, how individual soul becomes cosmic soul. And let's listen to initiation.
You see, let me explain the initiation. Initiation is the process beyond your intellectual understanding. The transmission of lamp happens. Now, you understood something intellectually. There is something which is not understood, which can't be transmitted through the words. That is transmitted. That's what we call initiation. Sometime I tell people that unless you are initiated, the techniques do not create the result. The reason is you do not grasp completely whatever is expressed through words. Initiation is like it just transmits whatever need to be transmitted beyond logic and beyond words. People ask me why to wear this bracelet or this mala and all those things. This all will remind you. Why bracelet in the hand? It will remind you before eating, did you meditate? It's a constant reminder. Before eating, let you be reminded, did you do the meditation? That is why this bracelet. That is why this mala. That is why this external things. Sometimes this external things does a big job of reminding you constantly. That is why take the help of external things also, nothing wrong. People ask me, why we can just be spiritual without having external things? If you can, really you are welcome. But I don't think anybody who speaks in that way is successful. I've never seen people becoming successful, avoiding the external things, just having internal things. And it is just a nice way of escaping from yourself.
Beautifully, Bhagwan explained initiation. Let's listen to be unclutched. What is to be unclutched?
The thoughts, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Because the gap between two thoughts is too small. The neutral space between the two thoughts is too small. You think all the thoughts are connected and it is in the shape form. It is not. By your very nature, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Between every thought, you experience a neutral space. When you change the gear, whether you go from neutral to 1 or 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 or 4 to whatever gears you may change, but every time you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to the next gear. Even if you want to go from 2 to 3, you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to 3. Same way, between every thought, you experience a neutral space. You experience a neutral space between every thought. Between every thought. That neutral space, that silence is what I call peace or bliss. The peace which exists, the bliss which exists already in you, between every thought, the gap of the thought, the gap between the thoughts, that neutral space is the peace, is the bliss. When you understand you are unconnected, independent, illogical, and unclutched, by your very nature, you will start experiencing the neutral space in you, neutral space which exists in you. You will start living from moment to moment in spontaneity. We need to understand one more thing. This technique of being unclutched, it does miracles in your being. In the body level, or in the mental level, or in the being level. In every level, when you understand the truth, by your very nature, you are unclutched. The tremendous quantum transformation. You take a quantum jump. The transformation happens in quantum, not step by step. Just one jump. You take a quantum jump and experience the truth awakening in you.
The oneness space is the most beautiful space that Bhagavan himself is explaining how we are ferocious. Beyond the tiredness and boredom, we can experience the space of oneness and be unclutched.
Oneness is not imagination. Oneness is not visualization. Oneness is not even just declaration. It is your existence. An idea which is you is oneness. The idea which has become part of your very space, which does not tire you or bore you by the passage of the time, is oneness. Mahadeva says in the Agama, Sadashiva beautifully explains in the Agama, Kala, Yama cannot tire you or bring boredom to you if something becomes your space. Devi achieved the blissful state and union with Mahadeva on Shivaratri day because our space became oneness. Anything which brings tiredness or boredom has not yet become your space. If living in this body brings you tiredness and boredom, you are not going to be living in this body forever. When that becomes too much, you are going to drop it and move ahead. If you want to be in oneness forever, it should become part of your space, means you should become ferocious with you and break this very tiredness and boredom. Only when you deal you with the ferociousness, you break the tiredness and boredom. With that ferociousness, you need to make oneness as your space. Anything stands as an imagination in the length level, visualization in the breadth level, declaration in the depth level. If you open your time with ferociousness, it just sinks into space level. With this ferociousness, the time layer in you opens, and the oneness from imagination to visualization to declaration, it becomes your space, the way of existence.
The most important, Bhagavan says, being unclutched, understanding the Shakti Pada, the oneness space, and chanting the Mahavakya. The Mahavakya, the power of the Mahavakya pushes you into the higher states of consciousness. Here Bhagavan himself explains how we can experience the Shakti Pada, raised higher consciousness through Mahavakya.
It's one of the very important revelation by Sadashiva. All the electronic equipments work when the electrons are made to vibrate. That happens by the light. When the electricity is supplied, the light particle vibrates, the electronic equipment starts working. Just like that, the spiritual power and the umbilical cord connection, spiritual umbilical cord connection between you and me, it works with sound particle. For example, my integrity with the cosmos, Sadashiva, Mahasadashiva, it reverberates in certain level of frequency When you are integrated to me, you also start reverberating in the same frequency. If your integrity goes down, that is when you start connecting with me only as a manager or this organization head or your Purvashram father, mother. Your connection with me goes down to the lower level if the integrity gets reduced. I was wondering, what is the way we can bring people to the higher integrity immediately and the feeling connection, so they start manifesting the powers, they start staying in the space of Sadashivatva. Sadashiva revealed a beautiful sound. I can tell you, this is like a password. At any point, if you are not able to bring yourself to oneness, you are a little shaken, disturbed, or for some reason, you are not able to bring yourself to oneness. This is like a password. You type, whether your mind feels connected or not, the energy will start flowing in you beyond the depth dimension. You see, all mind oscillation, restlessness, all mental idea based feeling connected or not feeling connected is only length, breadth, depth level, not in the space level. But this sound will straight infuse energy from the space level. Like for example, if the power goes off, automatically the generator will get switched on and the power supply will be going on. So end result will not be lost. Whether government power supply or the generator power supply, end result will not be stopped. So whenever you feel little that oneness is, you are not catching it, just feed this password. Immediately the oneness will open up and you will start manifesting the powers, energy, and the whole space will shift. It is directly from Sadashiva. It's a beautiful sound. I don't even want to say it's a mantra. It is not even a mantra because there is no meaning in it. You can't derive a meaning for it. It just flashed like a password for all the initiations I am giving. One single password for all the initiations I am giving. And the initiations I gave, I am giving, I will be giving for all that. This is like one password. Don't even repeat like a mantra. Just feed like a password and it will just open up. Your whole being will open up. Listen carefully. It starts with the vibration Om. Listen and then repeat. Om. Very deep. Om. Nithyananda. Nithyananda. Maha Sadashivoham.
So Bhagavan gave beautiful explanation of how you can be in Shakti Pada. Visualize Paramashiva who has come down as Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam from Kailasha. Remembering Paramashiva in your third eye, again and again, bringing your awareness to your third eye simply makes you manifest powers. Absolute unclutching. How Bhagavan said, the neutral zone, nothing ever touches the screen. Like same way, the movie does not touch the screen, whether it is happening in ferocious or any soft, beautiful, nothing touches the screen. Be unclutched like the screen. And to experience the state of Paramashiva, your inner space being completely unclutched. Complete completion to experience the space of Paramashiva. Inside us, the complete completion happens when we are in tune with Paramashiva. That everything is redundant and irrelevant. The essence of completion is irrelevant. Nothing matters in your life because everything is complete completion. Oneness with Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, in ferocious breaking the boredom and tiredness, just being in the space of oneness with Paramashiva to manifest the powers of Paramashiva. Tyaga as Paramashiva is your only strength, now declaring complete integrity with Bhagavan to experience the being of Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, chanting the Mahavakya raises your frequency, and that is your only strength to manifest any reality. Being in this beautiful space of Paramashiva, you can experience such a beautiful space, state, powers, and becoming the being of Paramashiva, manifesting whatever you want. Now, you'll be manifesting the powers, watching the oneness capsule, and chanting the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. We'll be playing the Mahavakya and the oneness capsule for you to manifest powers. At end of the Mahavakya, you can start with the verification and sharing and causing. Thank you.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Paramashivam. Nithyananda 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 Paramashivam. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes.
Let the Amrita pore. Let the Vani open up. Manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eye. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Verifying process for staying in the air for 10 seconds and placing a stick under. Do not do any video editing, or do not start or restart or stop the video during the process. All video should be having the timestamp. If the body moving too much, relax first. You should not use your muscle to levitate or pulsate. There should be no jumping or spring breaths for levitation. If you're levitating in being in the air for 10 seconds, and you can place a stick under you and above the bed, able to stay in the air, wonderful, you're levitating clearly. Do not use any support stick, but just an ordinary stick. You can use the support stick, which is used as a magician tricks. Do not use all that. It's an ordinary stick which you place under you. You'll be levitating probably 2 centimeters. Then just have a stick of that size to just place under you. Do not use any other method to cover and having support stick and other things. Authentically only let the body move itself and levitate. Do not try to vibrate or use your muscles to do all the levitation. Thank you for manifesting these powers. Beautiful. We are at the end of the power manifestation, but most important part of the power manifestation. Here, we are going to share all that you have manifested with the social media groups. Here we have Sri Kailasha Kotyar Manifesting Power groups. Thousands of people are part of that. And you can share there and you can post your powerful cognition and the videos. The link is tinyurl.com/power manifestation. It is at the left corner of the page. You can click on it and you can post your beautiful experience in the power manifestation group. Why sharing and causing is very important part of power manifestation. Bhagavan beautifully explains that sharing is pulling us out of delusion and causing is liberating us. We are the ones who need to start experiencing the higher states of reality, how we need to exist. Beautifully, Bhagavan explains when you are sharing with others the ultimate beautiful multidimensional logic, your brain rewires into the higher space of consciousness, the Turyatita state. Again and again, when you experience even a little bit, you share with the world, your experience becomes reality. Same thing when you cause others to come and get initiated for higher reality, you are caused into the higher purpose, the ultimate reality. Bhagavan says extreme power manifestation is extreme causing. So beautifully he explains how our strength is declared on Paramashiva. The power manifestation happens exactly in tune to that. And sharing with the world, continuously reiterating ourselves the experience that we had from the powerful cognition and manifesting the space of Paramashiva, the state of Paramashiva, the beings of Paramashiva, we become Paramashiva. Go on sharing and causing, which is the most important part of how you have experienced your reality. When you go to a temple, we pray and we see that beautiful experience happen in us, and then share with the world that how amazing the temple experience has manifested as your reality. Same way, when you manifest powers, when you share with the world, it becomes more and more the depth cognition of you, and you will be experiencing more powers. Even if you're manifested very small, it does not matter the quantity. Bhagavan says the quality is important. If it is authentic, please go ahead and share with the world. Do not doubt, have self-doubt, self-denial, self-hatred come and block anything. Experience the ultimate in deep seeking and gratitude. Bhagavan manifest in you with a deep prayer, that asking Bhagavan to make this reality as your existential reality. With that, let's end with the Purna Mantra, thanking Bhagavan for all these great experience. We have come to the end of the Power Manifestation course, and we end with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nithyananda Parameshivam Padaka Arpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you for participating in the Jnana Paddhati, Nithyananda Jnana Paddhati course. Please go ahead and select more power manifestation and every day experience the ultimate reality for yourself. Nithyananda.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham